Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about what you can do with these new Battle of the Super Saiyan Kuji figures. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Frieza. Um, this is the shelf concept that I kind of came up with. This is meant for a single detolf. You can see that the new Master Lease Frieza is right dead in the center. You have the Solid Edge Works Frieza right in the front, a little too small of scale, but with how big the second form Frieza and third form Frieza are going to be on the left and right, you're gonna kind of gonna be tight on space. So if you want to put a Pod Frieza in front, you can, but I think stuff starts getting pretty cramped. You got full power Frieza just looming in the back. You'll probably need to use a few risers to get him all the way up there since he is really short. But I think this is a pretty cool concept. You kind of get all of Frieza's main forms from the Namek Saga. And then I also have another version here where you can use the Arise figures, but I mean, you guys know probably how much more expensive that is, but I personally prefer the look of this one. I kind of got this idea off of someone from JP Twitter, and it looked really good. The color pop on the Arise Friezas look way better compared to the Master Lees, in my opinion. But then you're paying essentially triple or even quadruple the price. So I guess it's kind of up to user preference on what you want to go for. This is personally what I would choose. But you also got the WCF space pod, a Frieza space pod, right there in the middle as well. I think that gives it a cute little touch. It's not just only Frieza. It's kind of Frieza's accessories. You can probably add some acrylic stands. There are some that came out with the recent 40th anniversary sets. You could probably put those up. Maybe some WCF figures themselves, like different Friezas. But yeah, you can kind of play around with what other accessories you want to toss in the shelf. But I really like this concept here. And then for the next Frieza set, again, got this idea off of JP Twitter, specifically that Goku and Frieza shooting beams at each other right in the center. I thought that was a pretty cool concept. Yeah, it's a Dragon Ball Super Goku, so you're not going to have the belt sash, and I don't think he has the right logos on in Dragon Ball Super when you compare it to Frieza, but I mean, it's close enough. You can probably add a belt yourself. If you get the Maxomatic base form Goku, you can just honestly toss that on. It's a cool little accessory piece I've used on other figures that where typically Goku I wanted to have his belt sash, but the figure didn't come with it. But then you also have the Master Stars piece Frieza in the top right. You got the base form Goku. I don't remember where this figure is from, but I've seen pictures. It looks really nice. I think it compare very well being on the left side, while Master Stars piece Frieza is on the right side. And then you also have the matchmakers on the bottom, kind of paralleled with the Goku's on the left, Frieza's on the right. And then you have the Dragon History Goku biting Frieza figure up front, which is not the greatest, but I think for this setup, it would actually look pretty cool. So, and then of course, to continue with the Namek Saga theme, here we have the Super Saiyan Goku concept shelf. Now, I am tossing in the, I think it's called Legacy of Son Goku, the Super Saiyan Goku figure on the top right here, but I mean, if you're gonna have this full power Frieza, this Super Saiyan Goku here on the right is the best one to pair it with. You can pair it with the Omnibus Brave one too, right here, but I just think full power Frieza and then the shirtless Super Saiyan Goku is the best pairing that we have for Goku and Frieza. And the second best pairing of Goku and Frieza is the Master Stars piece, Frieza right here, and then the new Master Lee's Super Saiyan Goku where he still has the blue shirt on. This figure looks amazing in person. I definitely tend to, or I'm definitely planning on picking up a copy of him once the show comes out. And then you also have the 40th anniversary Super Saiyan Goku, right in the middle. This thing makes for a great centerpiece. Still need to get him, but I've seen pictures, and man, I think this concept shelf would be really cool on a detolf. I think it captures the vibe of Super Saiyan Goku versus Frieza really well. And then to kind of round out the whole Namek Saga start of the Battle of the Super Saiyan figures that I'm covering here, we have the versus Frieza, I guess you can kind of call it shelf, the end of the Namek Saga. I mean, you could probably try to throw on some Ginyu Force if you have a big enough shelf, but I'm kind of going off of, for a wider shelf here, maybe a Billy bookcase from IKEA or a double wide DTOL. This is about as much as you can probably fit in there, but you have something like a Majin case, you could probably toss the entirety of the Namek Saga. But the way I've typically seen it done is people take the beginning of the Frieza Saga, split that up into its own shelf, and then they have the versus Frieza part of the Frieza Saga kind of on its own. So here we have the same Friezas that I showed off before. We got Master Star's Piece Frieza, Master Lee's Omnibus Beret Full Power Frieza, and the second form Frieza and third form Frieza. Great figures here. Again, could also swap them out for the Arise, but if you do that, I would probably toss the Arise in the back because they're much taller, and then you'd bring Master Star's Piece Frieza up forward and the Master Lee's Frieza up forward as well. Then we got Purunga, amazing figure, one of the best, if not the greatest centerpiece figure I've ever seen. Got Dende up front to kind of pair with Purunga, and also in his moment where he summons Purunga right when Frieza flies up to him. And then also you kind of have the fighters, not just Goku that fought Frieza. We don't have a Vegeta yet. I would toss the end of Namek Saga Vegeta here. If I could, probably what I would do is I would take Gohan and Krillin, put them in the center front, and then put Vegeta where they are here, and then you could probably put like first form Frieza solid as works right here, and then that'd make for some good mirroring on each side, so it's nice and parallel, you know, it's very aesthetic. But for now, kind of going with the Master Lee's Kid Gohan and Krillin together here on the bottom right. It's gonna look a little strange since second form Frieza is so wide, but he is crouched over, so he's a lot shorter. So I think putting them where they are is a good fit for now. And then we have the Arise Piccolo. Now I'm pretty sure this Piccolo is meant more for the Cell Saga, but I mean this figure looks damn incredible. I think it goes on a Frieza Saga shelf just fine. So I think putting him here kind of to mirror with third form Frieza is a great fit. And again, we got shirtless Goku going with full power Frieza, mirroring there. And then we got the new blue shirt battle with the Super Saiyan Goku, mirroring the Master Star's Piece Frieza here. And of course, you know, since we are mainly focusing on the battle of the Super Saiyan figures, we can also go ahead and put the new Master Lee's Frieza right here as well. I personally think I prefer the Master Star's Piece Frieza, but you can easily slot in the new Master Lee's Frieza if you want. If you want to have just essentially almost a full Master Lee's display, and plus he's like way cheaper. I think on Byte he's like $20. When you compare it to the Master Star's Piece Frieza, it's like 100 or something these days. So the price difference is pretty crazy. But that's everything for the Frieza Saga themed figures we got here. So next up we'll be going over the Buu Saga stuff. So we're going to be starting off with Goten and Trunks. These guys also look really, really amazing. I mean, to be fair, this whole set looks pretty damn good. So the concept I kind of went with here is Gotenks and his fight with Super Buu. I got this idea from one of Apple Throat's videos where there was someone from JP Twitter where they were trying to they were trying to mimic the Janemba movie poster where they have Goku and Vegeta fusing in front. You've got Gogeta doing his finger point up to the sky where he's smiling in the middle, and you got Janemba looming in the background. Someone did that with Goten and Trunks and Super Buu. I wanted to extend on this concept a little bit more because we're trying to fill out typically maybe a IKEA DTOL, so this is about the size you got to work with. The idea I came up here was including the ghost. That's the big thing. So this is the GX Materia ghost, and you kind of see he's jumping forward, punching straight towards the front and center. He probably wouldn't be able to stand by himself, but I'm sure there's some sort of acrylic stand that can make this work, or maybe even just use the base and just don't include regular Gotenks on it. And then these are the Dragon History ghosts. This I also got this idea off of JP Twitter, where people took just the ghosts off of that figure and took it as removed Go tanks and then kind of used them as decorative pieces. And I thought that was a great idea. And then of course we have the two Go tanks here. We have the Master Stars Peace Go tanks, amazing figure, pairs really well with the new Goten and Trunks. And then we also have the Dragon Ball Legends Super Saiyan Goku. Now, sorry, not Go tanks. Now, this Go tanks is severely underrated. I feel like most people don't know that he exists because we have the Master Lee's one, but the issue with the Master Lee's one is that it's got some leaning issues. I feel like they're a tad small, the Super Saiyan Go tanks and the base Go tanks. So if you want one that scales a little bit better with Master Stars piece, then I would go with this Go tanks because from the images I saw, they're essentially the same scale. So they end up looking really, really well together. And then of course we got the Omnibus superhero, I think. No, Omnibus Beast, Super Buu, right in the back. This figure is amazing. And right there with Apple Throat. No one really talks about this figure, mainly because when he came out, I think people had issues with his coloring. There's that gap under his chin, but when I had this figure, this thing looked amazing. I love the vibrant pink. It's right in your face. It may not be as muted like the anime pink, but man, this figure demanded your attention whenever it was on a shelf, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I think this concept will end up looking really, really good on a Detolf. All right, next up we got the, I would say, the big hitter of this set. People on Twitter are going crazy over the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and I can definitely understand why. This guy's pretty fucking awesome. So we got the 40th anniversary base Goku right in the center. That figure I think makes for a really, really good front center piece. So you go ahead and toss him up there. And then you got the Super Saiyan Goku where he's doing the Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu on the left. Amazing figure. One of the best, if not the best, Super Saiyan Goku figures. And again, like the shirtless Super Saiyan Goku from the pictures before, figure's not out yet, but it's coming out in the next set in May. Based on the pictures, it looks amazing, and I mean, it just works perfectly for the shelf. You got Super Saiyan, you got base form, you got Super Saiyan 2, and then you got Super Saiyan 3 right in the back, so I had to include him here. And then, of course, Man of the Hour, Super Saiyan 3 Goku as the centerpiece in the back. Amazing figure, and I just think all three of these pieces put together rounds out really well for a just Buu Saga Goku shelf. And you would probably want to add some acrylics or some decorative items just because you'd be leaving quite a bit of empty shelf space with this setup. But I mean, less is more. You can add more decorations to it. I just think this is a very clean setup here. And then we got the new Fat Buu as well, kind of with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, kind of just mimicking the moment where Goku goes Super Saiyan 3 for the first time, and you got Babidi and Buu kind of just shocked at like, what the hell's going on? I've also seen some people, they kind of take Babidi and then just stick him on Buu's shoulder because he rides on his back. I thought that was a pretty cool and interesting setup, but I mean, you're super gluing Babidi to like a $100 Buu figure. I don't know about that, but it's a cool idea. I mean, if any of you guys kind of want to try that out, it'll save you shelf space. You can put someone else up front there, and it looks cool. The person that did it, they pulled it off, but I mean, this also works. Okay, and next up we have more kind of Buu setups. You can't do too much with Fat Buu on IKEA Detolfs because he's just going to be huge. That cape alone is going to take up a lot of space off to his left. But you could always do something like this where you kind of have Deborah on the right, you got Buu on the left, and you just got Babidi right in the middle. So you kind of have the beginning of the Buu Saga, the bad guys. You could also do something where maybe you toss Majin Vegeta. Maybe you could put Majin and Vegeta on the left where Buu is, and then put Buu in the back center. But I don't know. It could always test out different things with the Majin people, but yeah, I mean, Boo's gonna take up a lot of space. So you kind of gotta work around his size. Plus, I mean, that cape's ridiculous on how much space it takes up. And then, but this is also a classic setup. I see this all the time. With the original Fat Buu figure we had, we got Fat Buu in the back middle. Then you got Kid Buu up front. You could probably also put the other one where he's kind of pushing back the Spirit Bomb. That one's a more budget-friendly version. Then you got Buuhan off to the left. Then you got Super Buu off to the right. You can flip those. It doesn't really matter, but kind of just put all the Buu figures that we have just all set up together. Very pink shelf, but very sick shelf. Kind of represent all of Buu. We're just missing kind of Buu tanks and Buu Piccolo, but you know, it's kind of getting there. Just more Boos, and then we have the whole thing. You could probably just put Buu tanks and Buu Piccolo in the middle of Buuhan and Super Buu, and Buuhan and Fat Buu, and then Fat Buu and Super Buu. You could just make a Buu shelf all by itself, but for now, this is kind of what we have to work with in terms of the Buu figures that are currently out. And then the last shelf concept I have. This is another one of those double IKEA Detolf wide shelf ideas I have, or Billy bookcase, or any sort of wide shelf. The idea here is you kind of have Super Buu, once again, great centerpiece figure. You kind of want to have it all the way in the back like that. And then this is something I haven't really seen people try. I think I've seen Apple Throat. He made a custom of this superhero Vegeta, but he gave him Super Saiyan hair and gave him a halo to kind of fit the Buu Saga theme. So I kind of want to see how it looked, and I think this Dragon Ball Super Vegeta can go really well with the Strong Chains Goku right here. Like, it looks like it fits. So you got the I would say, quote unquote, the good guys on the left, bad guys on the right. You know, Majin Vegeta. You got Deborah. You got Babidi right next to Buu. All looking very menacing. Very, very sick setup here. You kind of just have the Majin setup. And on the left, you have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is super underrated. He's an amazing figure. And then you could put either the Master Stars piece or the Master Lee's Go Tanks here. I just went with Master Lee's here just because I already used Master Stars piece in a previous slide. Plus, Master Lee's one's going to be shorter, and it'll probably match the height of Babidi a lot better. And then you got Goten and Trunks right here in the front. So the idea with this shelf is kind of to represent the start of the Buu Saga, probably like up until we get to Go Tanks when he first fuses. And then maybe like a later shelf. Later down the line, we'll probably use maybe like the Super Saiyan 2 Goku. We have that new Majin Vegeta. I mean, we're getting more Buu Saga more Buu Saga stuff to work with. So you could probably stick Super Saiyan 2 Goku here, the new Majin Vegeta somewhere here. Just get some sort of symmetry going on with the more figures you add here. But yeah, this setup can start getting pretty packed. But I mean, it will look pretty damn good by the end of it. But yeah, that is all the shelf setups I kind of put up as mock ideas. So maybe you guys can take something from this, orient your shelves to maybe get some symmetry going. You get some good looking setups for your new Battle of the Super Saiyan figures, because all these figures look amazing. They deserve to be posed in very beautiful ways. So when you look at your display, you're just like, man, this looks good. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Catch you guys next time.